Welcome to the Pyramyd Insider. I'm Tyler Patner. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Hawke Frontier 2.5 to 15 by 50 rifle scope. The Frontier line's brand new for 2016. It's got a lot of features packed in. Let's check them out. Got a fast focus eyepiece here that's going to allow you to get the reticle focus to your eye. Moving forward, we have our 15 down to 2.5 adjustment here for the magnification. 2.5 to 15 is quite a bit of adjustment. You got a wide range of zoom there, which is very nice. A 30mm monotube design, so this is all one piece, which is going to make it a little bit sturdier, more stable for those spring guns or those large caliber, high recoiling firearms. On the side here, we have an 11-step illumination feature for the reticle. We'll show you what parts of the reticle actually illuminate. It's not the entire thing, but 11 steps of brightness there, so for whatever your lighting conditions are, you can make that work. Very easy, just locks into place on the side here. On the inside of that, we have our parallax adjustment. Goes from 10 to infinity in terms of distance that it corrects for. Up top, we have our low-profile finger adjustable turrets. The clicks are nice and tactile. I like them. Like the low profile as well. You get 15 minutes of angle adjustment per revolution. You have 4 revolutions up, 4 revolutions down for 120 minutes total. It's the same for the windage as well. So 120 minutes on both the elevation and windage. That's a ton of adjustment in this scope. We've got a 50mm objective lens, little on the large side, but the scope overall has a pretty sleek profile. I would recommend high mounts, although if you have a gun with an elevated rail like this Atom and Bullpup here, you can definitely get away with some medium mounts, so it'll just depend on your situation, but high is probably going to be your default for this scope. But let's take a look at the TMX reticle, which is brand new for the Frontier line of scopes. It's a really unique reticle. Let's take a look inside of here and check it out. The TMX reticle is calibrated for 20 times magnification. Obviously with the 2.5 to 15, you don't have 20 times magnification, so we're going to show you how the spacing breaks down at 10x. Because this is shown at 10x, the spacing between each hash mark is 1 mil. Each of the dots below the center line of the reticle represents 2 mil, both in horizontal and vertical spacing. The feature I like the most about the TMX reticle are the gaps between the cross points on the reticle. This allows you to get a clear view of your target behind the reticle. A lot of scope reticles obscure your view of the target. These gaps allow you to see your target through the reticle, which means you don't get an obscured picture and that you can be slightly more precise. This view also shows us the illuminated reticle. Now you can see the entire reticle is not illuminated, just the vast majority of the center and the holdover points beneath the center line of the reticle. Now that we've taken an up-close look at the TMX reticle, let's take this out to the range and box test it, see how it tracks. The box test allows us to make sure the elevation and windage adjustments are adjusting properly. For this test, the Frontier was mounted on the Atom M2R bullpup in .22 caliber and shot at 20 yards from a vise. First, we get our initial 3-shot grouping on the orange dot. This is both the starting point and the ending point for the test and will be my constant point of aim. Next, I dialed in 30 clicks or half a revolution up on the elevation turret. Then took 3 more shots. If the scope is adjusting as it should, we will have moved our point of impact about 1.5 inches up. Then we adjust 30 clicks to the right. At 20 yards, the point of impact will move about 0.05 inches per click. Another 3 shots and our box begins to take shape. Then it's 30 clicks back down and another 3 shots. Now to finish out our box, I adjust 30 clicks to the left and should be shooting back in the same place I started. Another 3 shots confirms the scope is back at its original 0. And sure enough, the dimensions of our box end up at 1.5 inches to form a perfect square. There's no left to right variation when the elevation is adjusted and no vertical variation when the windage is adjusted. This is the mark of a scope that is tracking as it should be. In other words, the Hawke Frontier passes the box test with flying colors. The Hawke 2.5 to 15 Frontier scope, really nice addition to Hawke's line. Broad magnification range that I liked a lot. Nice tactile turrets here, box tested perfectly. TMX reticle was one I was a little skeptical of at first, but grew on me. Only gripe I have with this scope, the illuminated reticle feature and the parallax adjustment being in line with one another. I'd prefer that illuminated reticle be somewhere else on the scope. Just me though, your mileage is going to vary. Overall, again, really nice addition to Hawke's lineup. Check it out on pyramydair.com. This has been the Pyramyd Insider on the Hawke 2.5 to 15 Frontier Rifle Scope. We'll see you at the next one.